Hey neighbors, I'm Larry Hughes, and I am a neighbor right here off of Van Ness and Vernon. Professionally, I'm a real estate and mortgage broker, but that's not the reason why I'm coming to you today. Neighbors, I'm coming to you today because of the building you see behind me, located on Van Ness and Vernon. It's a market and a residence at the top. So if you see this here, I'm sure you're familiar. If you look at this video and you got the flyer in your car or door, you're familiar with this market. You may have come here to shop. This market and the owner of the market of the actual property and Sprint had a proposed construction of a wireless cell phone tower on top of this building. Sprint, again, and the owner of this property, not the actual market itself, for the people who run the market, but the owner of this property have proposed a installation of a wireless cell phone tower on top of this building. And they notified us October 18th of a last year in October, so probably in September, sometime in late September, they sent out a mail to everyone within 500 feet of this structure of a hearing for that proposed structure. I showed up and showed my opposition to this structure. A cell phone tower of 33 feet in height, with battery cabinet and all these different antennas they're going to have on it. I'll link the actual document that was sent out last year below in the comments, along with some other documents. But I'm telling you this because I showed up to that meeting and I voiced my concerns and my opposition to the cell phone tower installation here on the corner of Van Ness and Vernon, the northwest corner of Van Ness and Vernon, and they approved it anyway. The City Planning Commission approved it anyway, but I and the help of another neighbor who was opposed to this put up the money to file an appeal. It wasn't much money, but we put up the money to file an appeal. I went downtown, filed the appeal, and now the hearing for the appeal is coming up on Tuesday, May 7th at 4:30 p.m. on the corner of Crenshaw and King, right at the Department of Water and Power, right next to Krispy Kreme. Inside the Department of Water and Power, where you pay your bill to have a community service room there. So they're having this meeting, which is probably going to be a lot of different hearings there, but our particular appeal will be heard after 4:30. It could be 4:45, 4:50, but minimum are going to be after 4:30. So I am asking for all the neighbors who are opposed to the cell phone tower installation on the corner of Van Ness and Vernon to come on out. Come on out and voice your concerns. Come on out to be seen. If you don't even want to speak, when I speak, if I could, ask the question, who was all here opposed, and you just raised your hand, that will speak volumes to the City Planning Commission, right? That we as neighbors are opposed to this cell phone tower installation right here on the corner of Van Ness and Vernon. And why will we be opposed to this cell phone tower installation? There are a number of reasons. Let's start with financially. Do you know, by just the mere fact of them notifying us in the mail of this proposed cell phone tower installation, that we are required by law, if we were to sell our property, to fill out a form called a TDS, Transfer Disclosure Statement. I know this because I'm in real estate, been a broker about 15 years. That's not the point. It's called a Transfer Disclosure Statement that says, do you know of anything that could potentially lead to the sellability or marketability of this property? And by the fact of them notifying us, we have to notify a potential buyer of the property of the cell phone, or proposed or cell phone tower installation here on the corner of Van Ness and Vernon. And that can turn off a buyer. That can drive your property value down. We're talking about thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. The actual numbers are unseen as of yet, but it could potentially drive your property value down if you are in the market to sell at one point in your life. Maybe not now, but who knows what happens 10 years from now, 5 years from now. Maybe you do want to sell your property. The value of the property or the marketability of your property, because you live near a cell phone tower right here at the corner of Van Ness and Vernon, could be drastically lower. Who knows? What if a report comes out talking about the cell phone towers and the effects on the environment and the people who live around them? what's the number one thing that they're going to look at when they say, okay, well, I'm buying a property. I'm not buying one near a cell phone tower. And your property value it's going to be harder to sell your property, and the property is going to drop. Again, I mentioned the health benefits. Health benefits, the science is not proven as of yet on what harmful effects could be caused by the cell phone tower. So I know me and myself, my family, I don't want to wait 10 years from now, 5 years from now, 15 years from now to say that, oh, my kid has this kind of autoimmune disease or whatever is wrong with him, or even myself and my wife, because of this damn cell phone tower, and I didn't do anything and everything in my power to fight against it. So if you're like me and the rest of the neighbors that I've talked to on this block on Van Ness between Vernon and 48th, you are opposed to this cell phone tower. I would encourage you to come out to this meeting on Tuesday, May the 7th at approximately 4:30 p.m. Again at Crenshaw and King at the Department of Water and Power, right next to Krispy Kreme. Right where you can pay your bill, Department of Water and Power, they have a little community service room there. They're going to have this meeting, probably other hearings going on, but our section for this proposed development starts at a minimum time of 4:30, right? It could be 4:40 depending on, the other hearings, maybe they run a little longer, but 4:30 is the set start time for our hearing. So I want you to show up. Also, I've started a petition that I've asked a lot of people on Van Ness between Vernon and 48th to sign, and I'm going to get to the rest of you hopefully this weekend to sign this petition against this cell phone tower installation. This is not a good look for us. And I implore you to not only help you and your family, but us as neighbors. We need to show unity and unite together an effort to stop the Sprint proposed cell phone tower installation on top of this building. They're proposing to put a 33-foot installation, cell phone tower installation with a battery backup, something case at the bottom. I'll link all the documents below. I'll link the initial document that was sent out for the hearing October 18th. I'll link the approval that they sent out that they're saying they do approve, and me showing up, and it'll show my name, me showing up and going against this. I'll also send out I'll link the document that they're for the actual new hearing for the appeal on Tuesday, May 7th at 4:30, corner of King and Crenshaw. My direct number, before I forget to say this, is 323-228-2736. 323-228-2736. I live right here in the corner, near the corner of Van Ness and Vernon, 2 houses from the corner. I live right here at 4404 South Van Ness, right? 2 houses from the corner, just south of this proposed installation. And I would love to meet you all. Maybe even, just thinking off the top of my head, let's do a meeting at my house Sunday. I have my daughter's prom on Friday, so Sunday, let's do Sunday 10 a.m. at my yard. I don't have a room for a lot of you in my house. I have a very small house, but let's just meet each other informally. Let's talk about it. You got this flyer on your door in your car. You got the access to the documents you can print out. Let's talk informally on what a strategy can be in our discomfort, and get more, clarification. If you want to ask me questions, or ask any one of the neighbors who showed up to another meeting that they had, if you want to talk about it. Sunday, 10 a.m. At my house, 4404 South Van Ness Avenue, just right on my lawn. They just, sit around and talk about it, stand and talk about it. I don't have any chairs, but stand and talk about it. Let's meet informally for 15, 20 minutes. And, maybe you want to come in and physically sign the petition. If you have any questions, please comment below and or text me. Call me. I'm available. 323-228-2736. I appreciate the time of looking at this video. Please tell a friend, tell a neighbor, talk about it. Everyone needs your support. We need to band together as neighbors to stop this cell phone tower installation in our backyard.